like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind.
Visit StogieGeeks.com/Debonaire for a list of retailers who carry Debonaire cigars. Buy some today and get a little more Debonaire. Welcome back, everyone, to the Stogie Geek Show. This is our Debonaire Ideal segment for this evening, where we're going to talk about cigar gifts.
There you go.
I'm going to try and get this out. I don't know. By the time this goes out, you're not going to have much time to buy gifts.
No. Well, that's a guy thing.
It's a guy thing. You wait till the last minute.
A whole week.
Yeah, but we're just not going to talk about Christmas gifts. But really, it was fueled by my wife asking, because people in our circle of friends and family know I'm into cigars. I'm sure this happens to you guys too. Like people that are associated with people that like come to you or through someone else and are like, well, my friend needs to buy a gift for someone who's into cigars, and they have no idea what to buy them. And, you guys know, and I want our listeners to kind of have a guide to say, well, like, what do you tell them to buy? And one of my wife's friends was like, well, he needs to buy a gift for the groomsmen. And I was like, well, you got to ask him, is it for, like, the wedding party to share a box of cigars? Or is it a gift for, like, just the groom? Or is it a gift for, like, the groom to share with just a couple of his groomsmen that like cigars?
Because those are that's a good point.
But that's like three different gifts, right? Because I'm like, all right. I'm like, if it's a gift for the whole, like, wedding party they're going to share with lots of people, I'm like, go with a box of Ashton, go with a box of Oliva, right? Because someone that doesn't know anything about cigars has to go in a cigar store. They're easy cigars to pronounce. They're universal. They're not overly. I mean, Oliva's a little stronger, right, than your Ashton. But if you get a box of Ashtons, no one's going to complain.
You always go
right?
mild because even if you're a heavy-duty smoker, you got that. You understand.
Yeah. So Ashton's probably a better choice than Oliva.
Oliva V or something like that's going to
Oliva.
Let's put it this way. I think just say get a Connecticut cigar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And go from there. So whatever B&M you're going into, what do you have in a Connecticut cigar? That's what I would do.
Yeah. Now, if it's a gift for just the groom, I'm like, maybe, I mean, it depends on how much you want to spend. You want to get in one cigar. One cigar, you go the Padron. You go the Family Reserve, really, of any kind, right? But he was like, well, it's a gift for the groom and a couple of groomsmen to have cigars. And I'm like, well, the only thing you want is Padron 1964 anniversary.
Oh, I get
it. It's a 5-pack of cigars. What does that retail for? 80, 90?
80, 90 bucks.
80, 90 bucks.
I get him a 5-pack of Debonaire A's.
Yeah.
Simple.
Can't go wrong there.
Right
but
there.
The 1964, I mean, there's lots of different sizes.
Sure.
It's not overly strong. It's a reasonably priced gift pack. Very nice cigars. I thought that was a good gift for that situation.
It truly is. It truly is. But that's a great point that you made. Where are you going with
you could
that?
ask
Coop went through with that not too long ago. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny because I got some cigars from Debonaire. They were great cigars, but there was a problem. It was a stronger cigar.
Right.
Not that it wasn't a bad cigar, and I needed to have some variety. And I realized it wasn't just for me, so I ended up putting some Romeo and Julietas out there. I had some other things I brought, and it worked out pretty well that way. But that's a wedding, when you're getting down to something in a smaller thing, you tend to want to, a lot of questions you want to ask on that too is how often does this person smoke?
Exactly.
That's a great question.
I think that's the biggest question right there.
But how much they smoke? But get back to I don't mean to hop on Paul's point, because when if it's the groom or not, because you don't mind like say you a Cooper or you got a close friend that smokes a lot, Opus X and things like that. You don't mind, but I'll never forget this gentleman. Excuse me, please. And he came in. I want the best. I said, I heard you talk about Padron Pyramids. I said, yep. I said, do they smoke before? They have the other people smoke? No. I said, you're going to be sorry. He came back. He said, I could not believe it. He said, 3/4 of the box was hanging around on the ashtray and it lit about 2 inches and they left them there.
Yep. That happens a lot.
You know
we
what
talked
I mean?
about it on the show before.
He said,
so you got to gauge.
Yeah,
you got to gauge.
And again, it goes back to your point, Coop. You got to find out what are they smoking. So it's 1A, 1B.
Yep, exactly.
It's another situation where size matters too. The
Yeah,
Padron Pyramid's a big cigar.
Right. When you're at a wedding, I always tell people do a Robusto.
Robusto.
You
Yes.
haven't got the time.
Right.
You- excuse
It's a
me.
good point.
You got people you got to be with. You got shake hands, hello, dance,
You
drink.
can't
whatever.
be outside for 2.5 hours having a cigar.
I could, but the
yeah,
rest
well,
of
I
the
mean,
people
we
couldn't.
could, but yeah, it's,
Yeah, I
people
did that
understand.
at my wedding. Yeah. My wife was very happy with me.
I bet.
I was riding around on the golf cart having a hell of a time. Stogie Santa, what the hell are you doing? Well, that's another story. Anyway.
That's a story for another time. I'm going to ask Peter about that one.
No.
Marshall, please don't.
No,
please
don't do that one. No, don't, please.
So
But anyway,
I wanted to. I can just picture it so vividly.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to talk about different cigar gifts, like lighters. And I'm glad you're here, Stogie Santa, because this time of year you're probably helping a lot of people pick out lighters for gifts for people, right?
Right.
Like, what would you gift someone in terms of a lighter?
What I try to do is I'll ask them, are they outdoors a lot, whatever. I try to get like if he's a fisherman, he's outside or like things like that. I try to get something that's wind resistant. So he doesn't get a lighter that's, when you light it up, it goes right out. So again, you ask, what are they doing with it?
Right.
That's the big thing. But my new thing is I don't know if it's an older thing that Zycar has. It's pretty cool. You ever see the little lighter? I mean, a little ashtray for your car.
Yes.
That's a cool little gift. It really
It
is. You ever seen that? That's
The
something.
cigar can, or
It's
they
a
have
little
some name
can.
for it.
It
Little
really
can,
is. 'Cause in newer vehicles and models, they don't even give you an option of an ashtray.
No. There's no ashtray. There's no lighter in it
There's
either.
nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's bad enough they're taking away our rights, and I can't even, have an ashtray and a lighter in the car.
But that's a good question to ask someone is if they smoke in the car, because I find that a soft flame is better in the car. Because I find if you have a butane torch, you're in the car, you hit a bump, dude, and like half your cigar is scorched, right? So soft flame I find is better in the car, and I think you're right, a nice ashtray.
Yeah, and if you look at a soft flame, it's not for windproof lighter. You're gonna, it's crazy. It's wind resistant.
Yeah.
And I believe there's a couple of different manufacturers that have that, and they love it. They really do. I mean, you can blow on it comes right back, and that's what a soft flame comes in handy for that.
Right.
So,
no, I agree.
Yep.
I also find with lighters that a personalized touch is nice. If you want to order online, you got some lead time. Getting a cigar smoker, they may have lighters, something with their initials on it, is a really nice gift.
It is. It truly is. That way, if you leave it behind,
People know it was yours. Not that you'd ever leave
but
anything
it does.
behind.
It puts a nice little classy touch to it.
What about cutters? What do you recommend for cutters?
Cutters, see, again, another personal touch. I'm probably guillotine about 80% of the time, 90% of the time. And, again, I find
Will's got his
Oh, yeah.
Greedo cutter.
Greedo, $10.
I call it a
stocking
Greedo.
stuffer.
Yeah.
Pawn
Greedo, yeah.
shot first.
Palm shot.
Just
There
remember.
you go.
This is
No, it's a
My
Greedo,
access-
not
my
a Greedo.
accessory of the year.
It's a
I say, I thought it was an
my
Italian
accessory of the
lighter.
year, by the way.
Hey, it's my Guido lighter.
not a Guido.
Oh, what? Guido?
No.
Guido.
Whatever.
I used to
Whatever.
hang
Greedo.
out with Guidos,
No,
actually.
it's a Credo. Credo.
Creedo, correct?
Yes, Credo.
But I agree with Stogie Santa. Guillotine is the way to go.
I think Zycar makes a good that butterfly series that they have. It looks like I call it the butterfly.
The little tool. You ever see the
The
tool
scissors?
one? The scissors.
Yeah, the scissors
I
are
like
nice.
that with the gold.
Yeah,
That's really a
really
nice
nice
cutter.
Paleo makes a great cutter. too.
Paleo. Where's the other one too? Zycar came out with a nice one. It's razor sharp, and not only that. I mean, say you're outside or somewhere, the lighter has a little indentation where you put your cigar right on the lighter.
Oh
It's
yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
I like that. I truly do. It's a nice lighter.
I would not
I mean
recommend other brands of cutters than the ones we mentioned. Would you?
No.
I mean, I want to name them and call them out, but
no, I don't want to
I'll
go.
say
I've
this, I'll say
used
this,
a
I'll
lot
say
of
one.
them.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Lotus is very good. I
Oh,
have
Lotus
some
is very
cutters.
good.
The cutters?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I've had mixed success with Lotus cutters
Okay.
recently.
Really?
I've
I
had
have.
pretty good success with them.
Yeah.
I haven't had much of an issue. Another one that years ago, about 2 years ago, I don't know how long ago they stopped producing them. They were Cuban
crafters? Yeah.
crafters. They were like a 3-inch long by about 2-inch
Yep, I have one
wide.
of those.
Yeah,
You
the
sold me
little-
one of those, yeah.
very, very thin,
Yeah.
nice to put in your pocket.
Cheap.
You know, but more importantly,
Shouldn't say cheap, inexpensive.
inexpensive.
Yeah.
The most important part about a cutter, get a double edge cutter. Don't get a single edge. It's going to pinch your cigar.
Yes, you're right.
So don't try to get it like a
double
290.
guillotine.
Yeah,
Is what they call it.
double guillotine is the way to
Double
go.
guillotine, yep.
But a stainless steel blade on that. So
To me,
you don't want to pinch
to me,
it. You want to cut it.
The best cutters I've ever used are Paleo and Zycar. Mm-hmm. What about humidors?
Well, humidors, sometimes it's not the best technique of sales, but you get it back in cigars. I ask people, first of all, how many cigars is he or her
how are they going to store?
Right.
Yeah.
Because if he's going to do 10, and you get this big monstrous humidor, that
It's not
will end up
gonna
being
hold right.
he should be putting the jewelry in there or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, how many times you sell humidors and they don't? They
They put their weed in there.
Right, exactly. It's funny you say that.
Do people come in and ask you that?
Yes. Oh yeah. Because they want to keep the humidity up. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh yeah. I've
That's
got that
pretty
question.
funny. That's pretty funny.
Yep. Humidors.
What about Savoy?
I like Savoy.
Is Savoy, is that an Ashton product?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But what I see more and more, because it was ironic, when I'm going way back, but it still comes into it, Big Pete, if he's still listening, and a couple other people, and a lot of customers come in, and it really had a profound following since that, is people who are becoming more of a cigar buyer and who wants to age cigars, is the thermoelectric humidor.
Yeah.
I have probably more questions about that than most humidors. I mean, when, office humidors and things like that, they're like, but...
That's a great thing to do. It's not so much a gift, right? Like if you're going to gift a humidor to someone.
No, but I'm just saying it was funny. I had that.
Humidification in general, I agree. Thermoelectric. We're going to do a segment on coolers. I've been taking coolers. I put some Spanish cedar in there with Bovita packs, and that's how we've been storing our cigars in plastic bags.
Yeah, and
I mean, if you don't care about aesthetics, right? It's not a gift for someone,
no.
but that
I do the same thing.
Tupperware containers.
They look at me and I say, as long as it's not an office setting,
right?
If he's going to keep 10 or 15 cigars, spend more money on these cigars. Exactly what you said. Get the little Bovita packs, put a little, like I say, Tupperware, put it right there, and you're fine.
I got some tips and tricks for doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Small scale, large scale, and
right, because
and
some
getting
people
it right.
don't want to put the work in it, and the humidification situation is huge.
When you get into thermoelectric, or when you get even to the regular humidor, there is some work you got to put into them. I find that the coolers and the Tupperdoors are very low maintenance and easy to do, and you have less issues. What about? Someone came in, and I wasn't able to get them the information, but one of my friends came in, and they were asking about humidors, and they wanted something that was very ornate and art, really had a lot of craftsmanship behind it. And I said, there was this company that I heard on a cigar podcast that no longer broadcasts anymore. And I said, they talked about them. I said, I haven't personally used one. I said, but they spoke very highly of them. And I looked on the site, and they look beautiful. And it's Vanderburg humidors. Have you guys heard of that?
No, I haven't.
I've heard of them.
No, I haven't, to be honest.
Are they good, Will? I don't have any personal experience with them. I know I heard them on a previous podcast. They actually interviewed the guy that made them. It was a fascinating interview. And that was the only company that came to mind that would make a really unique. They use different kinds of wood, and what's the purple wood? What do they call that if you're into woodworking? Purple Heart or something like that?
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, Purple Heart's they use really high-end ornate woods on the outside. Of course, you line the inside with Spanish cedar, but it's Vanderburg.
I just sold one. I don't know where.
They have a lot of different. They have a lot of designs.
Yeah, I should have had the guys put up some designs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But check out the website. Search for Vanderburg humidors.
Berg with an H. Yep.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, when you're selling a gift, you want to also tell them kind of the maintenance of what you got to do, because they're not maintenance free.
Right.
And that's where I think the biggest help when you're choosing something, to tell them, we'll start it off and do it for you. It's not that difficult. And I think a lot of novice and, people, seasoned smokers, have a tendency to just they forget about it.
Yeah.
So that's where the Bovita packs with the humidors really come in handy.
What about ashtrays?
Ashtrays.
Do you gift an ashtray?
I don't see that as much anymore. That's probably one of the lower ends. gift giving. It's funny you say that. You think that would be number one. Where's your ashes going?
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not like us where we just put them on ourselves. But
yeah. Well, a lot of people smoke outside too. We don't necessarily need.
Wintertime, you're either next door or somebody's,
Right. Not everyone has their own room.
Right.
I think if someone has a room where they smoke cigars, getting them an ashtray is an appropriate gift.
Right.
If they're smoking in their garage or their, wherever, they probably
I
you
mean,
don't want a fancy ashtray like in your garage.
Exactly.
Like you have an ashtray in your garage, like dude, you knock it off the table, it's shattered.
I got one, the metal one. Everyone knows what they are.
Yeah.
I got that nice deep dish one. I like that. My wife, many years ago, got me it's a crystal thing. It weighs about 8 pounds, but it's about this thick.
Yeah. Nick gave us one.
Lead crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave us one of those, and this one too, I think came from Hammer and Sickle. This one weighs like 8 pounds. And they're nice when you're in an indoor setting and you can put it on a table, but not many people have that. Not as many people, I should say, have that luxury. So ashtrays tend not. You're probably better off going first and foremost with cigars.
I'll tell you,
cigars are the best gift for the cigar smoker.
The
right?
one, I tell you something next year I'm going to do a lot, because if cigars doesn't happen, and if you happen to smoke Cubans, it happens more often. One cigar gift that a lot of people overlook, pokers.
Yeah.
That's a nice little gift. It's not expensive. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have on. It's a
It
good
is.
tool
It's good
to have.
It is.
It truly is.
I like the ones that have like a notch, and I can't find them anywhere, but it has a notch in it. So when you put the thing in, when you pull it out, it actually scrapes and pulls a little bit of tobacco out, which is what you want to do to open that cigar up. Other ones that don't have that, I feel like it doesn't do anything. Like you put the poker, if you put a piece of metal, thin piece of metal, right, and you jam it in the cigar, it's going to make a cavity. And when you pull it out, I feel like all the tobacco is just going to go back to where it was before, and it's not doing anything. I feel like you have to remove a little bit of tobacco out. So I think a poker's good.
It is. It's an inexpensive item.
It's hard to find a good one, though.
Yeah, it really is. And a lot of people, that's something I'm going to concentrate on next year doing, because it's just something, it's going to cost you anywhere from like what, $7 to $10, $15 if that. It's a nice little stocking stuffer to have. It really is, especially when you're smoking Cubans.
Yeah, that's true. What about cigar gift packs? We talk about Padron. I didn't want to spend too much time on this because we talk about it every year.
Gift packs, I find what people like to do is more of a builder box or build a pack.
Yeah.
I find that in our particular junction I find they're still good, but not as strong as they used to be in our location. Now, what about
so like the ones that are prepackaged gift packs?
Prepackaged. I mean, your higher ends they move okay, but a lot of people like to see a variety instead of just all
the cigars from one.
It's just one particular manufacturer. So do you see that next door, the same thing, or?
Not too many gift packs next door. Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I think you guys, in all the shops I've been in Rhode Island, I think you guys have the most selection of gift packs.
The gift packs, they do. They sell by the end of the year and everything, but we've toned down the amount of.
You have.
Buying.
I noticed there's less on the table. Yeah.
It really, truly is gift packs. Now, how about down your way, Coop? Down south.
No, I don't see a lot of activity with the gift packs at all.
No, it's just
more the build a box. I do see the gift card. A lot of people come into my local shop Union and they want to get a gift card, and that's a great gift.
It is.
Because you can support your local tobacconist in doing that, and then you're kind of saying you're thinking of, hey, look, I wanted to get you some cigars, but why don't you go pick it out and see what you want with that?
With the gift, to your point, Coop. Okay, you know something? Shoot, I just lost my lighter. So you can get a cigar and a lighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It gives you versatility.
Speaking of gift cards, I heard advertised on the radio that they different retailers of different types got together and created a universal gift card that was good at a gun shop, a cigar store,
WEI.
WEI. It was a American Firearms.
American Firearms.
Was it Two Guys Smoke Shop? No, it was some other smoke shop lounge.
Right, and then there was
a golf course.
Golf course. And I think there was something about a massage. Was it a massage?
A massage or a barber shop or something like that.
Yeah,
it was a barber.
Gents.
Yes. Yeah.
Which
is it's like an old. You can get massages.
You get a straight edge.
Yeah, clean shave.
Speaking of
it's like a spa for men, essentially.
What are we missing on this show? I got a beard. You got a beard. I think it's time for Coop.
Well, there's two kinds of people that have a beard.
I try to hide my face. I mean,
That's right.
I don't want to look at that. I
Oh
mean,
no, what is it? What do they call someone without a beard? It's a woman, right?
Yes.
Hey, Sinatra and Dean Martin did not have beards.
Yeah, they're dead though.
Chairman of the board. You go tell if Sinatra was alive, would you tell him to go grow
No
a beard?
way.
No
That's
way.
what way is exactly.
Speaking of that, I have one bottle of Sinatra 100th at the store.
What is Sinatra?
It's a Jack Daniel's 100th anniversary bottle.
Oh, we'll talk up there.
Oh yeah. So Sinatra. See, this is what happened.
There's a
ISIS
cigar
took
coming
over.
out too.
What's that?
There's a couple of Sinatra cigars too.
I tell you,
Well, they're
everything
old
about Sinatra. Since Sinatra died, the whole world went to shit.
It did.
Yes,
We did.
I agree.
You missed our Debonaire ideal last week. We talked a lot about
Now,
Sinatra.
did you? It's amazing. Rap, blues, jazz, etc., etc. Have you ever seen one artist that's crossed over as much as Sinatra? Seriously.
No.
My daughter loves him. My
Yeah.
son loves him. My nephews. I got a 16-year-old nephew that he does what they call that spinning on the floor, and he's unbelievable.
Breakdancing?
I don't know, whatever
It's called
it is.
breakdancing,
I call it stupidity, but it's fine. You know what I mean? He loves Frank Sinatra. Can you believe it? If you see it, you would, whatever. But let's stay classy. Whatever. It's
So
tough.
that was somehow we got from beards, from gifts to beards. To,
Wait, it's a tangent out of control. Someone's
Yeah,
got to reel the reins in.
I'll take that. That's me.
Reeling
That's
it
me.
in. Reeling it in.
how did we get?
I think we're gonna take a break now
Yeah, we
before
need
we get
it. I
too
need it.
far down the next path. So we're gonna take a short break. Come back. Talk about our stogies for this week. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.